little body weight today and some light weights. It's a little tidbit smoky, but if it got windy or rainy, I wouldn't be able to film, so you gotta take your licks. Get through those shoulders. And then swing across and open with one side. Let that force pull outward from the joint. Next side. Elbows, wrists, and fingers like you're flourishing some water off you. It's not just a flick, it's very fancy. And take a wide squat, ease into your hips, maybe for the first time today, so give yourself a little bit of easing into this. And then right into side lunges, maybe taking your heel as the only part on the ground, maybe not. A little lower. And up. Hop together. And knees in a circle one way, the other way. Feet up on tiptoe, get your arches nice and tall, and then stretch the tops of your feet a bit. And then hands sweep back. You're in a powerful pose, sort of Naruto arms, and then up. And release head circles. So we're getting the neck as well. Other way. Take your time and make sure to slowly ease through the sticky parts. Don't skip them. One more warm-up move back into your wide squat, sumo or Davy squat. Fingers to ears, and then elbow down to same side upper leg, and then curve forward, kind of cat-cow spine. Next elbow comes to upper leg, open the chest as much as you can to the sky. So we're doing flexion and extension on each angle of your spine. You might get a little opening in the chest as well. Try to stay low and get the leg muscles firing up. Other way. Center, step or jump up. Get some water, preferably with some electrolytes in it. I'm not doing very heavy weights today, I'm doing more reps. So maybe 8s, 10s, or 12s. We're going to start with some lunges. Make sure your hips and your ribs are lined up as you step back, and try and make it a nice and stretchy lunge with these smaller weights, and we're going to go for 20. Halfway there. Bug on me? All right. Step together. Next foot steps back. Catch your breath a bit. Line up your hips and ribs and try and keep your hips even. It's tempting to fall open like that, but that's not what we're doing right now. We're not in a warrior two, we're in a forward facing lunge for 20. Now I was kind of bobbing forward there for a little bit. Try not to do that. I caught myself. Halfway there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step together. Roll your shoulders out a little bit. Keep the same weights. Again, drawing the core in and up, not letting the ribs flare. And we're curling to a Y and down. So the thumbs come toward the shoulders and then the fingers come to face forward when you're in your Y. Put those weights down, get a little lighter weights, maybe taking a sip of water on the way. And these weights, you'll just hold straight up. Try and keep your elbows straight, your ribs from flaring, and then march. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Weights to the side. Body weight core for 20 more. Hands up. Bringing your hands, crush the plum. Let's say you've got plum in your cupped hands and you're going to bring your knee to your hands. Change sides. Hips are coming forward and abs in. 10 more. And down. Going back to our lunges. This time body weight. And I've got a couple options here. So, option 1 is you're gonna step back and forward. Just body weight. We already activated everything with the weights. And then you can change to, or you can start with this as a little more challenging. Step forward and up. And then you can also play with stepping forward. And then as you bounce up, you're gonna bring a kick and land again. Change sides. Step forward and kick. Land again. Change sides. The kick is optional. Whew. We're just having fun. Whatever level of these options that I just gave you, do what is challenging, but you're still having fun. We're not trying to make ourselves miserable when we move. We're trying to have fun. I'm gonna move to, instead of landing forward, I'm just gonna land back. A couple more. Stepping forward, kicking up, and then controlling and just coming back to standing. Kick up, control, come back to standing. Woo! A little more balance there. And down. Back to arms for a bit. We're taking the smaller weights, curtsy lunges. So adding lateral raises with your arms for 20. Halfway there. And one. Little arms burn out. Keep your ribs and hips lined up. Slow your breath down for a second. Let your shoulders and your shoulder blades drop. And then we're just lifting side with the tops of our hands up, forward with our thumbs up, back and forth. It's hard for me not to let my ribs flare as they lift up. You can let me know in the comments if that's a challenge for you too. But it really helps the abs. If you keep those ribs down. Back to the legs. We're curtsying again. And this time just body weight. But we're playing with wrapping around and doing a little dragon lunge. Slow down the breath. It's hot out here. Okay. My sister tells me soak it in for the winter. It'll keep it in your bones for the winter. That helps me quite a lot. So I'm sort of spotting myself with my balance, but trying not to touch. And then coming back up. Next side. Move these weights out of my way a little bit here on that side. And then again, I've got my hand out to spot, but I'm trying not to touch and just to lift back up for a few. Now I'm going to touch lightly on the ground to help myself grow a little lower and help me expand my practice a little bit with these. So as I come down, I'm spotting myself with my fingers, but as lightly as I can, to lower a little further and as gracefully as possible, come back up. I can feel more of my leg firing up on all the angles if I do it this way, so it's a little humbling for me to have to use like training wheels with my hand, but sometimes that's the way we get better. And to be honest, humility is probably really good for all of us. And I think humility actually goes hand in hand with some good self-esteem. One of those paradoxes in life. A few more. I really feel my abs with going so low. I'm going for 3 more. And that's 2 more. And 1. And come back up. Sip of water. I'm gonna do a little push-up jumping jacks combo. 10 push-ups, 10 jumping jacks. And if you're like, I'm not a jump person, that's totally fine. Listen to your body. You can just use those jumping jacks to literally just stand there and let your heart chill out. You can do a half jack. So I'm gonna get the heart rate a little lower before going into these. The ground's kind of prickly, but I found these 2 good rocks to be my friends during this endeavor. Y'all, push-ups are, you know what I mean? They're the thing that causes me growth. That's what I'm gonna say in a positive light. All right, and we're down. And 2, 1, come up for jumping jacks. Bring it in. I'm coming down for 10 more. It's at these times when you're like, maybe I don't need so much coffee in the morning, you know, like the heart rate maybe is high enough. And going. you guys. Forgive me if my push-ups are not all that. Got my tummy above some prickly grass and I'm just engaging my abs like you won't believe. I have to get some water for this last set here, I'll be honest. Like 100 degrees out here. And going. And up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk it off. Got a little bug in here. Gotta save it. Here we go. I don't know. Okay. Alright, back to your weights. One more arms, you know, because we didn't just do enough. I'm doing 8s this rep. I'll show you what I'm doing. You can make up your own mind. Bring it up, open, press up, and back to all the way down. So we're curling, elbows forward, elbows wide, press up, retract the whole statement, but then bring it back. Very similar to the Y thing, a little more flare going on. Five more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Home stretch, y'all. 5. All right, if your arms aren't burning, I have to tell you, you might be of Titan blood. Palms open, not open, but facing forward, excuse me. You're still holding on to your weight. Bring it back. We're just pulsing back, getting the shoulder blades together. Kind of recovery move. Oh, that feels good in the chest. And down. Typewriter squats. Get your weights back to your collarbones. Powerful squat like in yoga, regular vanilla. Add a little Davy sumo stretch. Bring it back and then to center. Other side. My stretchy isn't as stretchy as I want it to be, but I just keep pressing those knees in the away from each other position to activate those muscles in the thighs, and bit by bit get more flexibility. So consistency and believing in yourself, even though if you didn't have something, you weren't like born the most flexible person, just be consistent. I'm already more flexible than I was. I'm gonna be 40 in December, and I think I'm the strongest and the most flexible I have ever been. So I intend to work out my whole life till they have to take the barbells from my old fingers or whatever. Because it just makes me feel so much better. Powerful. You look good, but the more you do it, it's like, boy, that's just a symptom of how good you feel. We're coming into the home stretch of this move and the workout. Okay, last bit of these typewriters. And up. Roll the shoulders, oh boy. I like to move my hands forward and back with the weights to do a little gliding interaction in those elbows and forearm sheaths. Brethren, I'm seeing the hugest, most stripedy grasshopper. It's a sign, I think. I don't know of what. A little balance. Same weights. We're gonna go forward like to a warrior 3. Your leg's gonna be straight, flush from the crown of your head. And maybe that means you just go a couple inches off the ground and back up, because I want you to keep a good form. Maybe you're going a little further. Think of yourself as a seesaw. You might be hinging all the way, most of your body parallel with the ground, so for that one standing leg, but just think nice and straight. With the hips facing forward like they're that seesaw hinge, they gotta stay stable. And next side. Catch your breath a wee bit. Get stable with your next foot. Get hinged with your hips nice and tall. Active core. And we're floating to where your seesaw wants to float for 10. last one. We're gonna do the same thing from the first side. Repeat the whole thing, so ultimately 20 on both sides. We can absolutely do it. Bring it back to the first side. Catch your breath. And remember, you can do this with body weight or not go all the way down. Do what challenges you, but you're still having fun. That's sort of my mantra. All right, next side. My back leg starts to want to not straighten. Check that in yourself. Like when you give your attention to it, sometimes you can feel, oh yeah, no, she was not straight. And maybe that was contributing to my hamstring not firing up like it could. All right, last 10 of these. After this, we're going to stretch, so feel free to give it your 100% and know that you don't have to hold anything in reserve. That's 2 more. Last one. And up. Whew, put the weights down. You guys did it. We did it. Oh, shake it out. A little spin for the upper spine. Come to center, come into your lunge. On tiptoe, bend the knee, tuck the hips forward, and then straighten in the back leg to get a nice stretch over the front, like psoas and quad area. And then bend the back knee to straighten the front and hang down. Think less forehead toward the shin, think heart toward the shin. Elongating rather than contracting into your stretch. Hand up. Take your time. We don't want anyone blacking out. Now next side. Lunge. Dip the knee. Hips are tucked forward. Lengthen. Bring the back leg in a smidge. Bend that back knee to lengthen the front leg. And then you're unfurling forward. Getting taller and just relaxing into that length. Slowly adjust yourself back up. Cross body with your arms. Next side. Clasp your hands, arms up, and then bending my right elbow first and pressing my head gently to get that space, the attachment right at the shoulder, armpit area. Next side. And up. One more wide squat, just a restful, stretchy. You're getting one shoulder forward at a time and gently pressing your knees back. And last stretch is a little bit of a balance. You can also do this seated. I'm not going to do that because it's prickly. Crossing right ankle above left knee, coming down into a figure 4 stretch for a few breaths. And up. Deep breathing. Very last stretch. I recommend following up with one of my cool down videos for some more stretching, where you can get comfy on a mat and get into it. And up. Bring your arms wide, weight into the toes. Gather up all that energy. Feel the universe around you and your own personal energy that you've expended. Bring it in. Thank you.